Hi, I'm Lisa the Ukulele Fool, and I'm here with Devin Scott.
Yes.
And I heard him perform last night, and he's definitely got ukulele superpowers going on.
Thanks.
So, why don't you share your perspective on those superpowers you have?
Okay, if I had a ukulele superpower, it would probably be the dance sing along, right? So at a lot of these festivals, I'm doing what is called Devin's Dance Party, and and you can, saw last night from note one, people are out of their seats and conga lines, and it's just.
Cecil just grabbed me and said,
Yeah, come
on
on,
up."
right? Yeah, and so I enjoy it, and I do. People say I do all the right songs, right? It's stuff that you can sing along to, stuff you can dance along to, and so I think that would be my superpower is crowd control, right?
Yes.
Or
They should
crowd
hire you.
anti-control, right? Yeah.
Yeah, don't hire him as your security. Yeah, it was amazing last night. We had so much fun. Could have partied longer.
Yeah, it's a blast. And somebody asked me at the end of the show, they go, how do you project that much energy? And I say to them, and it's the absolute truth. I said, no, the trick is calming myself down. I said, when you see me doing a show like that, I'm at 75% power because I promise you that I'm having more fun than you are. As much fun as it is, I am loving what's going on. And so sometimes I have to go, okay, calm down a little bit, right? The ceiling is high, but we can't get too high, right? So,
Right.
But I'm having a blast doing it. So I think that's part of the superpower, right? Is that I'm projecting positive, fun, happy energy, and it's just going straight through, and that's what's happening. So.
Perfect. And isn't that what the ukulele is about?
Oh.
Where's the thing being held?
So in the big room, were you here last night for the?
No.
Okay, so just right down the hallway here, and as soon as you turn this corner, there's a registration table,
Cool.
and they'll have a map and everything.
Okay, great.
Yep.
I will be back.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Giving directions is
That's
also
right.
a nice superpower.
Yeah, and I can edit this.
I
or
started to say
not.
we'll probably cut that. But
So, before you became a pro ukulele star,
okay.
what was your life like?
So, I mowed a lot of yards. So it's weird. I actually started traveling with the ukulele before I started getting paid to travel with the ukulele. I went out to Colorado to Rocky Mountain Uke Fest. I met a bunch of people, and they were like, "Man, you do really well at this." And I thought, I always wanted to travel. So I moved back in with my mom at both of our not liking, right? I promised her I would never be home, and she said, "Okay, fine, you can stay in your old room," right? And I started traveling the country and playing a little bit, and so I've done it in kind of the reverse order. A lot of people play and have fun, and then somebody hires them for this festival, and then again and again, and so then they're like, "Oh, I'm going to start traveling," and I was just like, "I'm just going to quit my job and start traveling," and I did a lot of odd jobs here and there. I literally the first 6 months I was traveling, I had a weed eater and a lawnmower in my trunk because I would go into a town and I would start to talk to people, and I would go and say, "Hey, I saw your grass is a little tall. For $30, I'll mow your yard," right? And that's how I ate food that day, right? And so so life now, I'm big time, right? I have a minivan with a bed in the back. So that's what life is now. Lots of traveling, and follow me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. You've seen that I post a lot about what's going on with life.
Yeah, and congratulations on your Ohana sponsorship.
Yes, I just got in November. Ohana emailed me, and they were kind of like, "Hey, a couple people have told us about you, and we've looked into your stuff, and we would like you to be a friend of Ohana." And so they sent me this beautiful ukulele it's the best ukulele I've ever had, and I love it. And you heard it last night. The sound that comes out of it is unbelievable, and I'm looking forward to that sponsorship growing. as
Okay.
Try to stop hitting the table also.
So, and I guess another question is, why the ukulele?
Oh man, so that is a story in itself that I haven't told yet. And The short version is I was in a bad mood, May 28th, 2014, and my comfort is shopping, okay? And I was at a store and I saw a ukulele and thought, people seem happy with that. And I bought a ukulele, and then the following Friday, that was on a Wednesday, the following Friday, I played my first open mic with the ukulele.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then from there on, it was literally people go, oh, the ukulele changed my life, you know, and I say that too, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's so great. But no, in actuality, the ukulele changed my life, and maybe we'll talk sometime and we can talk about that story, right?
Okay.
Because it'll be 5 years this year, and I really think that there's few people that know it, and they're like, you need that story to come out, and so I
Perfect.
think, so maybe we can talk. Teaser, right?
Yeah. So I teach a lot of absolute beginners.
Okay.
What advice would you give to an absolute beginner?
It's not going to be advice people like, but practice. So the way I was able to play the following Friday at an open mic, and I played 3 songs, was I literally sat down with the ukulele and just strummed, right? And I even watched TV, and I would mute the strings, I would silence the strings with this hand, and just do this for hours, right? And then,
You're hearing this, right?
and then, I learned the C chord, right? That's the easiest one. Well, C6 is easiest. There's no,
right? Yeah.
But, and I would just strum it. And then, thank you. Thanks.
And I can't hear. I have my hearing aids turned all the way up, and some of them are real squeaky.
Yeah.
I could hear everything you did. I said, I like that guy. He's going to make it.
Thank you. That's another superpower, apparently. If you have hearing aids, you can hear me with no squealing. So anyway, and then I learned the C, and I learned a G. And I literally would just go, C, and I'm a beginner, right? So I go, C, G. And I go, C, G. And so I guess the best advice is practice, which we've all heard, right? But practice slowly. Don't get frustrated with it. You're not going to do it well at first. When I first started playing, everyone's like, you see these people, you see the performers at these festivals, right? And you see us and you go, they just must have been born playing a ukulele. No. The thing is that we've put in hours and hours and hours of practice, and we continue to practice, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's just the way it is. Go slow, figure it out, and continue to practice. I promise you that if for 20 minutes a day you practiced C, F, and G, that at the end of the week you'd be able to play a song. If you can't, email me and we'll figure it out, right? Maybe you're just not, you don't know what's going on, right, with the chord progression, but if you put time into it, you'll be able to play. That's as simple as it is.
Perfect.
Time. Yeah.
And you were, you just made it look so effortless. That I certainly can understand. It's like, oh, he must have been born doing it.
No, and I've had the ukulele it'll be 5 years this May, but that's still relatively new, right, to an instrument.
Right.
No, it's practice. And something I've been doing in 2019 is it sounds weird, but I shut my phone off for a half hour every day. And it's very hard at first because you're like, is the world okay without me? I haven't replied to my Instagram for a half hour. Is everybody okay? But set some time aside every day to practice. And I know that none of us have time, but just make some time, right?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. It is
Thank you.
such a pleasure. Until the next interview. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I hope you found this Ukulele Superheroes interview inspiring. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. I always have a philanthropic endeavor as part of my Patreon efforts. You can see my current goal and maybe consider contributing to that. Thank you so much.